Good evening, friends. Praise the Lord. Today I'd like to read Bible in English. Exodus chapter 2. Birth of Moses and his first year. And a man from the house of Levi went and married a daughter of Levi, and the woman conceived a born a son and bore a son. And when she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him for 3 months, and when she could no longer hide him, she got a basket made of reeds for him and coated it with tar and pitch. Put the child in it and placed it among the water plants at the river's edge. And his sister stood at a distance to find out what would happen to him. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to the bath in the river, and she and her maid were walking along by the riverside. And when she saw the basket among the water plants, and she sent her maid to get it. And when she had opened it, she saw a child, and just then a baby cried. And she had a compassion on him and said, "This is one of the Hebrews' children." Then his sister said to Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call a nurse for you from the Hebrew women, so that she may nurse the children for you?" And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Go." And the girl went and called the child's mother. And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this child away and nurse it for me, and I will give you your wages." And the women took the child and nursed it. And the child grew, and she brought him to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. And she called him name Moses, for she said, "Because I drew him out of the water." So Moses flees to Midian and remains 40 years. And it came about in those days, when Moses had grown up, that he went out to his brothers and saw their hard labors. And he saw an Egyptian hitting a Hebrew on one of his brother. And he looked this way and that, and when he saw that there was no one around, he killed the Egyptian and hid him in the sand. And when he went out the second day, just then two Hebrew men were fighting with each other. And he said to one who was in the wrong, "Why are you hitting your fellow Hebrew?" And he said, "Who made you a prince and judge over us? Do you intended to kill me like you killed the Egyptian?" And Moses was afraid and said, "This thing must have become known." Now, when Pharaoh heard about this matter, he tried to kill Moses, but Moses fled from the face of Pharaoh to stay in the land of Midian. And he sat down by a well. Now the priest of Midian had 7 daughters, and they came and were drawing water and filling troughs to water their father's flock. And the shepherd came and drew them away. But Moses stood up and helped them, and the flock watered their flock. And when they came to their father's well, he said, "He is it that you have come so soon today?" And they said, "An Egyptian request us from the hand of the shepherds, and also drew enough water for us and watered the flock." And he said to his daughters, "And where is he then? Why have you left the man, call him, so that he can eat bread?" And Moses was content to stay with the man, and he gave Moses his daughter Jethro in marriage, and she born him a son, and he called his name, and for he said, I have been a foreigner in the foreign land. And in the process of the time, it came about that the king of Egypt died, and the children of Israel were growing because of their bondage and crying out, and their cry resulting from their bondage rose up to God, and God heard their groaning. And God remembered his covenant with the Abraham, with Isaac, and with Jacob. And God looked unto the children of Israel, and God had concern for them. God bless these words. Amen.